Welcome back. Food Bank for the Heartland distributes food to more than 500 partners across 77 counties in Nebraska and another 16 counties in western Iowa. But it takes community support, volunteers, and donations to keep that kind of effort running. One of their biggest fundraisers of the year is Celebrity Chef, and this year's Celebrity Chef was Aaron Sanchez. You're going to hear more in my exclusive interview with him in just a few minutes. But the event now features some of Omaha's top chefs. This year, chefs from Block 16, Salted Edge, and Au Courant joined forces for a night of giving back. Chronicle's Waverly Monroe introduces us to all three who've been cooking for a cause.
Block 16 packs a punch with flavors that are always on the forefront.
We always go hard when we're cooking, and we talk a lot about food. Whether when we're eating dinner, we're talking about the next special, and so yeah, we really like to get bold, strong flavors and just come unique and be original.
Co-chefs Paul and Jessica Urban say Block 16 has grown like their own family.
We built Block 16 together, got married, got a couple of kids, and yeah, we're just cooking away.
And it's still going strong.
So we're 15 years later and almost 16.
Yeah, a special year.
Yes, yeah.
Paul's favorite dish also has some national recognition.
I think our Croque Garçon burger is just something that Jess and I came up with together over a decade ago. Alton Brown came in here one time and said it was one of the top 5 burgers on the planet, and we have a lot of pride in it.
Chef Joel Hassan Ali brings Caribbean flavor to the Midwest.
Is actually the Trini fish, named after where I'm from.
He says his love for food started at a young age.
This is dear to me because of the Caribbean flavors that's in there. The sauce is a Caribbean cream sauce with a lot of the flavors from Trinidad, some grilled pineapple. It speaks home.
As a chef at Salted Edge and Pivot, that's what you'll experience.
So me as a chef, very, very passionate, care for what I do, but also very demanding and have high expectations.
Chef Joel says great ingredients lead to a great dish.
When you think about seafood and fresh seafood, not always does Nebraska come to mind since we're landlocked.
Right. I know it's hard to get it here in Nebraska, but we do a lot of research and try to get it as fresh as we can.
He takes pride in each plate that leaves the kitchen.
One of my biggest accomplishments as a chef is this, having Salted Edge, having the opportunity to open Salted Edge, and then Pivot, a year and a half later.
I cook what I like to cook.
Au Courant chef Ben Mades brings his cooking travels to the main street in Benson.
I worked out in Napa, I worked in northern Italy. I learned a lot out there, and I'm kind of just, Au Courant's kind of turned into the expression of the food of my travels.
You'll still get to taste a bit of Nebraska too.
Very Nebraska driven by the products we source and the producers we try to highlight here. And it's really not so much about us, but about the farmers that we support.
Chef Mades means it.
The reason we change the menu every week is because we do our best to highlight what's coming out of the ground from our local producers.
Mades says he learned what it meant to be a chef from working in Napa Valley.
Just kind of continue to focus on, being better and cooking better food and trying to do everything just a little bit better.
Made says he's not the best competitor, but says Au Courant speaks for itself.
Very proud of my team here at Au Courant. They all do an amazing job. Selfishly say we have the best crew in Omaha.
Joining me now from Food Bank for the Heartland, Stephanie Sullivan, Assistant Director of Marketing and Communications. I've seen you a lot lately.
Yes.
Thanks for coming in again.
Thank you for having me.
I love that you use local chefs to elevate your message. Why is that so important?
It's really important because local chefs, we have a great culinary scene here in Omaha, and a lot of those local chefs want to give back to their community. And so whether they're helping us out during our Celebrity Chef event or through Omaha Restaurant Week, this is a great way to partner and support local and then help us elevate our mission and eliminate hunger in the process. So it's a win-win for everyone.
And you've been so busy because you've been moving into your new warehouse. This is a custom warehouse that you were able to design. Tell me about it. Why is it so much better than the old one?
Oh my gosh, it is. There are so much more efficiencies. We're only in week 3 and we're already discovering so many different ways to be more efficient. For example, we've significantly improved our truck access. We have 7 semis of food coming into our warehouse every single day. So that's extremely important. All cold food is now stored in the same spot in our warehouse under one roof, whereas in our old facility, we were using our parking lot or other means of storage facilities.
So you're running everywhere trying to find this food.
Exactly.
Okay.
Now it's all stored in one spot. We have a custom racking system in our new volunteer center.
I saw that.
Which allows 12 people to do the work of 25 people.
Oh my gosh, so efficient.
So efficient. We have 646 solar panels, which will cut our electricity bill in half.
You're going to save money.
Oh my goodness, yes. And the efficiency for our staff, there's much more room to collaborate and innovate. And these are all efficiencies we're seeing in the first 3 weeks. So imagine what's going to happen in the next 3 years.
It really
we can't
is,
wait.
Yeah, a great facility. You have the ability to process protein, so cold, frozen cooked chicken cutlets, for example. And you're getting large quantities of them donated, right?
Yes, absolutely. So the Food Bank for the Heartland is one of 12 food banks across Feeding America's network of 200 food banks to have a protein repack room. And this opportunity allows us to take large bulk protein donations and break them down into family-friendly servings so then we can distribute it to our partners and get it out to our neighbors in need. What's wonderful about our new protein repack room and our new warehouse is that it enables us to process that much more protein, and we are able to then help other food banks in the region who maybe don't have the protein opportunities that we do, and we're hoping down the road that this can become a revenue stream for us in the future.
My gosh, and what a great impact to help out others too.
Yes, we know that for families who are struggling paycheck to paycheck, the first thing that gets cut from their food budget is protein. So this is essential to our mission.
Talk about food insecurity in our area, because I know we've gone from 9% in 2023 to 14% now. Is that correct?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. What's fueling this?
There are so many different things fueling this. It's not one thing. We know that for the last 6 years, we have dealt with crisis after crisis, not just the food bank, but our community. We have seen historical flooding, government shutdowns, obviously the pandemic, which was followed by inflation, and then came out of that federal policy changes. All of this has such a long-term impact on hunger. We are seeing more people than ever utilize our resources. In fact, the first 3 months of our fiscal year, we've seen a 6.5% increase in households served and an 11% decrease in meals distributed, which means the gap between the need and the resources to meet that need has never been wider.
Oh my goodness. I saw that the food bank encourages organizations and individuals to kind of come up with creative ways to fundraise for you, and that was in the back of my mind when I was creating the cookbook. Is it helping? Do things like this help?
Absolutely, every little bit helps, and we have found that since the government shut down in November, people are finding new and creative ways to give back. People want to make a difference, and we welcome that in any way. So whether you want to have a food drive at your office or in your community, or just clean out your pantry or create a cookbook, there are so many different ways to partner with us, and we welcome all those creative ways.
Love it. The way that SNAP benefits are awarded now has changed, and that's kind of shifted the burden.
Yeah.
Is that impacting the food bank?
Absolutely.
That's where your numbers are kind of...
Absolutely. Okay. SNAP is one of the most effective tools that we have in our arsenal for fighting hunger, not just here in the Heartland, but across the country. For every meal that a food bank provides, SNAP can provide 9.
Oh my goodness.
So when programs like SNAP are affected, there's no way we can make up for that loss of meals. So while we will never waver on our mission, and we're doing everything we can to support our neighbors in need, long-term disruptions to SNAP are not sustainable for food banks.
Right, that's tough. I know you have so many great community partners, and the one that really touches my heart is the backpack program. You send food home with kids through your partners, through schools, for the weekend.
Yeah.
How do you make this happen?
Yeah, we partner with schools across Nebraska and Western Iowa. Those schools, we work specifically with the educators, and they know which children really need that extra food on the weekend. And so they have packs of food that's put into their locker or their backpack on a Friday afternoon. This provides breakfasts and lunches, and it's easy to make, ready to distribute food so they can have it on their own. A lot of the times these kids have little to no parent supervision on the weekends. And so it allows them to get the nutritious food they need so they can come back to school on Monday ready to learn and ready to thrive, because we can't expect our children to succeed in school when they have an empty stomach. And
I know there are things happening at home that no one can control, like the parents are working 2 jobs. It's not that neglecting their children and not feeding them. They are busy, right?
Absolutely. These parents are working 1, 2, sometimes 3 jobs and are still struggling to make ends meet. And that's exactly what the food bank is here for. So that backpack program is really essential, not only for kids, but for the entire family. In our last fiscal year, we provided 1.2 million meals. And that was through 244 schools across our service area.
You had a big sponsor. Was Woodhouse your sponsor?
Yes, Woodhouse Auto family is actually continuing to sponsor our backpack program. So right now, someone can go to our website, foodbankheartland.org, and when they make a donation to our backpack program, Woodhouse will match every donation up to $500,000.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Such a great community partnership.
We can't do it without our partners.
What else do we need to know going forward here?
Hunger does not have an off season, and unfortunately, our families in the Omaha Metro and throughout Nebraska and Western Iowa are making unthinkable decisions every day, whether to pay their rent, pay childcare, pay for their medication, or purchase food for their family. And no one should have to be faced with that decision. So if you are able to donate, every little bit helps right now. Please visit our website, foodbankheartland.org, to learn more about donating or if you need food assistance.
All right. Thank you, Stephanie. Still ahead, one-on-one with this year's celebrity chef, Aaron Sanchez, the award-winning TV personality, restaurant owner, cookbook author, and philanthropist. And first, a reminder that your comments are an important part of this show. If you want to be heard, you can email us, ketv.com. Remember, we love hearing from you. We'll be right back.